Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host, and you know exactly where I am. I'm in Las Vegas. I'm at the Peppermill Lounge, and I'm here with Habaka. Habaka, I don't interview my guests, so I really never know what they actually do, but I do know she'd made jewelry at one time many years ago, and because she's got a ring on. And secondly, I've got a record in front of me, a CD, Habaka, what is it, Heritage Blue?
Yes.
There we go, Heritage Blue. And obviously, are you more of a jazz singer or blues singer? Blues and jazz is this kind of...
Yes, I specialize in jazz, blues, and gospel.
So it's like a lounge singer?
No, more like Billie Holiday, Nina Simone.
Oh, how... So these are the people you
yes,
kind of...
Yes.
So did they gear you into where you are now?
Yes, they did, and and my mother, she was a vocalist as well.
Was she well known?
Well, and that.
What was her name?
Marianne Jackson.
Marianne Jackson.
Marianne Jackson, and I come from a musical family. My dad was a saxophonist as well for B.B. King for
really?
25 years. Yes, and but yes. So my mother was a jazz vocalist, and me growing up listening to all of the great jazz vocalists.
You had no choice but to be a singer.
I always say I was singing before I came out.
Before I was born. She sang enough songs.
Yes,
she drilled it in you. She said,
we're going to start from the whole time she was pregnant.
She's going to start from the beginning, and she really meant the beginning.
Lucky me.
Do you think you're lucky?
I think I'm very lucky and gifted and blessed.
Isn't that wonderful to say? Now, who have you sung with that I would or they would know out there?
Well, I actually opened up a show for B.B. King, and I have opened up a show for Diddley.
Oh, Diddley.
Diddley and Solomon Burke. Stanley Clark, maybe, I think some years
now,
ago.
B.B. King, I knew his place. He is in Universal Studios. He had his club there. He had his place there.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
It was a bar and a restaurant and all that stuff. It was everything. It was fabulous.
Yes, and then he also had a franchise, the B.B. King Club, which is all over the world, but it's actually a franchise, and they just use his name.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know it was a franchise. That's amazing. So what brings you or brought you to Vegas? Is it?
Well, actually, my father brought me to Vegas, and he had taken ill, and I came here to take care of him, and he passed away 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. But that's what brought me to Vegas.
What about Mom? Where was Mother?
Mom is in Atlanta, Georgia.
She's
doing well, doing fantastic.
Is she still singing?
No, she's just having fun at home.
She's enjoying life.
Enjoying life,
She's
exactly.
enjoying life.
Enjoying life. And so that's really, I had no thoughts of ever living in Las Vegas, actually, to show you how life is.
It's all your father's fault.
It's all his fault. It's all his fault. I was living in Italy 20 years, and
you lived in Italy for 20 years? Oh, what a lucky woman. What part?
In northern Italy. I was in Cremona.
I know Cremona.
You know
Cremona?
Cremona?
I know Italy very well.
Yes, of the city of the violins.
That's right, yes.
And Miss Mina.
Why were you there?
I performed there. I've been performing there 20 years, and
she's got quite a history, this lady, huh?
And so performing there 20 years and teaching as well, voice lessons, and I also directed a gospel choir there for 10 years and sang in all the abbeys there, and it was just
beautiful places to sing.
Oh,
Lord.
Lord.
Plus, you know, Italy or Europe itself is old, so they've got the old culture, they've got the old opera houses, they've got all the old theaters, and it's a little bit different to what we have here in America.
Yes, the lifestyle is very different.
Did you obviously you liked it?
I loved it, actually, because it was, people always ask me which one did I like the best, living there or living here, but I like both.
Both, I was going to say both.
Yes.
They're both good, but they're both very different. Totally different. Totally.
I love, what I miss is being able to just walk out of the house and walk to 2 steps to a coffee bar.
Yeah.
And,
That's how close you were with everything.
I lived right in
Italy.
the center of Cremona, historical Cremona, and I just walk down the street, and of course they have a bar at every corner.
But it's so,
And
but they're open.
and it's open, the
and
cobblestones roads,
Yes,
and
and
you sit outside.
It's very different.
It's very different.
Very different to
You meet your friends at the cafe,
Yes,
and you sit
yes.
there and you have your coffee.
You're making me homesick.
I know.
I know it so well because I was married to an Italian, so we went there quite a lot. Now, what I want to ask you is, when you get yourself, prepared for a perform, what do you do, to prepare yourself just before you're going on stage and perform? You're going to do a performance or a big, small, doesn't matter. But what's the preparation for doing that?
My preparation, that's a great question. No one has ever asked me that question. My preparation is, I normally like to be in my own space, alone, and I have my coffee. Not my coffee, I have my tea, or I have water, because I drink a lot of water with no ice. And then I just like to sit there and just meditate and take deep breaths to relax myself, because I get very, very nervous. And
I was wondering about that. So now we know that singers that come on stage, that you are quite nervous, or whoever it is nervous before they get on.
I get very nervous, and
Really?
so
Still now,
still today, I get very nervous to the point of, that's why I have to sit down, and my teacher,
collect yourself.
my voice teacher taught me how to channel that energy in deep breathing to relax, and then I go out on stage, and when I hit the first note,
You're
okay.
fine.
Yes,
It's just that walking from A to B, that you're shaking in your boots,
that I'm shaking
your
in
knees
my
are
boots.
knocking,
Knees are knocking.
And let's hope the voice is still going to be there when I open it.
Exactly, because you never know. That happened to me one time, where I went on stage and there was no voice.
So what do you do?
Well, you know what?
You talk.
My angels, do you know what they did?
Got your voice back.
No. It started pouring down rain. It was an outdoor festival. So it was canceled.
This is the first time she was happy to see the rain. She was what you call rained out.
It was the first time. Isn't that funny?
That is
because
funny.
I was afraid.
So you believe in angels?
I do.
Yes, I do too. I think the
Really?
angel. I collect angels.
Me
my house.
too.
Yeah, I've got a nice little bevy of angels, and sometimes I go to these estate sales and I find these
you
little
can find
angels.
some
Or I
really
can find
good
little
stuff.
tiny angels. Oh, I love angels.
I love angels.
Love angels.
And you can call
And I
on
believe
them
them.
anytime.
I believe in
Me
angels.
too.
I truly, something can be happening or something's going on.
That's right.
And all of a sudden it kind of turns around and it's okay. And you're
And
like, there's my angel.
there's my angel.
There's my angel protecting me.
Protecting us, that's right. And they've been given, we have dominion over them. So we can tell them what to do.
Yes, come to me.
Come
to me and
help me.
Come and help me.
And they will. They're just waiting for you to
Absolutely.
say something.
Now, we are obviously in this virus thing, and we've all got to stay home and do the things we do. Well, Vegas now has opened up. But I don't see, but, there's a big but there. I got very fortunate. Peggy, the manager of the Peppermill, called me, invited me back to my show. So we're very fortunate, Vegas Live with News, very fortunate we have our show back again. But what we do is we give a voice out there. So it's very fortunate that we can do that and talk about the virus. But I wanted to see if you have any engagements coming up, because I think it's rather hard to get something going when there's nothing really, it's open but not open.
Well, you know what?
What
Actually, I am not performing anywhere, except for sometimes at home, online. And for my honeybees, I call them all my honeybees.
Yes.
And I will sing, a few songs online, Facebook Live or something like that. But I don't really see myself performing anywhere, literally. Until next year.
Until next year. Well, she's just made a big mistake, because she's going to sing now. That's what I was leading into this, because
Ninon.
yes. So I would love you to sing something. Obviously, whatever's Billie Holiday, whatever you want. Is it on? Are we on?
Oh, wow. Okay, so
she is going to be performing in 2020. Here we go.
in 2020. Them that's got shall get. Them that's not shall lose. Though the Bible says, and it still is news, your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own.
Not amazing?
Thank you.
I've never heard her sing before. I do have her CD here, but I can't do it till later. But you have an absolutely beautiful voice.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for doing that. So you can't say you haven't performed. She
I
just
can't
performed.
say
No?
I just did it.
You
Thank
just got your first. Almost not your last for this year, but you certainly got your first.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
But so when you do sing, where do you normally sing?
Well, I do a lot of touring overseas, and I
That
normally
you certainly can't do because you can't even get there.
exactly. As a matter of fact, my drummer called me yesterday from there, and they were saying how people were asking, was
Where
I
are you?
coming back? And but no one is performing there either.
No.
They were like, well, Habaka is definitely not coming back anytime soon until all of this is over.
So what has this done to the music entertainers of the world?
Well, you know what?
That's what you live on. This is what you do.
Yes, it's my sanctuary. When I
Yes.
go on the stage, that's my sanctuary. And to be honest with you, Ninon, it has been very, very an emotional roller coaster.
I would think because you can't sing. I mean, you can't. There's no place to sing.
Exactly.
But you did say you could sing on the internet, or you could.
Yes, but it's
not
not the same. You don't have
the same.
the energy of the people, there with you, and yes, you can get into it as best as you can.
But still, you haven't got
But
the
it's
Habaka.
still-
You've got to have the Habaka loves the band and loves
Yes,
the
I
people
love the
and
band
the
and the
ambience
people and the
people
ambience,
and
yes.
it's funny because we don't really think of it, but that gives you the energy.
That gives you the
you see all these
energy.
people out there, and you and
Yes.
your band, it sort
Yes,
of goes
and
along with
the
you. And
feeling of the band and the music, and I love every instrument.
when you sing a song, do you get involved with the words and sort of kind of relate to them as you sing the song? Because I know some singers just sing.
I do.
Yeah, because you look as if you do. Because she's got that lovely feeling, that lovely
Thank you.
tone and that feeling.
Thank you. I do. I get into the words and the meaning, and I want to express how I'm interpreting it and
Yes.
how I'm feeling it.
And how you're putting it
yes,
out
and
there.
how I'm putting out, and I want them to feel what I'm feeling.
What you're feeling.
Yes.
What can I say? God bless the world, and let's hope we get back out there with all
I
our
hope so.
entertainers. I truly hope so. And of course, we are in the entertainment mecca of the world.
Exactly.
This is where it all happens. This is where we have more singers and more acts and more entertainment going on than probably anywhere else in the world. Not that the rest of the world doesn't have it, but they have it in a
Exactly.
different way. Because
In a different way.
it's very beautiful. Singing and doing things in Europe is totally different to here.
Oh, yes.
It's very different because it's the smaller places sometimes, and they're very old and they're very unique, and it's just different,
It's different.
And it should be.
It's different.
Should be
Yes, yes,
different.
Yes. Yes.
What message would you like to give out there to all this coronavirus and all what's going on? What would you like to say about that? Because it affected you musically.
Well, what I would like to say is I just want everyone to just realize that it's not over, to be safe and be conscious of what you're doing and where you're going, and wear your mask, and to not be foolish.
I like that.
Not be foolish, but you can go out, you can have fun, you can meet your friends, but do it with
Understand.
yes, but
Respect other
understand-
people.
Exactly, respect
Respect
other
the other
people, and just
people.
know that, you know, you're not doing it only for yourself, but you're doing it for your fellow man.
So this is a time when you can really put your energy and everything into helping other people.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say abiding by the rules, but try to sort of, you know, have respect for them as much as they will have respect for you.
Exactly.
Habaka, you've been amazing. Incredible voice. I can't wait to see her on stage.
Thank
don't know
you
when that's
so
going to be,
much.
but yes, and everybody out there, don't forget to wear your masks and don't forget to do what you're supposed to do and do it with joy. Don't do it with anger.
Exactly.
Do it with joy.
Do it with
joy.
joy.
I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for other people out there, and I'm respecting them, and I'm giving them something. You know, I can't give them much, but I'm giving them the respect.
Well, they can listen to my radio show.
So they can listen. Oh, you got a radio show? I forgot. Where can they find your radio show?
Well, they can listen to me online.
Okay.
I'm on Monday nights from 10 o'clock p.m. to midnight Pacific time.
Okay.
And that's at the powermusicradio.com.
Power
so that's
music,
Power Music
Radio.
That's music with a Z.
Oh,
powermusicradio.com. And on Wednesdays from 1 o'clock p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yes,
so you can
I'm
listen
excited. It just happened.
See, she is doing something. Got the radio going.
I've got the radio station. I'm playing music, which this has really helped me.
Put your energy back up.
Yes, in the last couple of weeks, because this radio station is actually out of Connecticut, and
did they called you to get on there?
Yes, yes.
Well, I guess, you know, if you can't go out and you can't do anything, the radio is the greatest thing now, isn't it? Like podcasts. Podcasts must be doing great.
Exactly.
We have a podcast, by the way, so don't forget to watch our podcast. Yeah, we have a podcast. Obviously, it's not film, but it's all verbal, so I've got to keep talking all the time, which is really not very hard for me to do. That's all I do is talk. But she's amazing. Now, how can anybody reach you to get more radio stations?
Well, you can reach me at www.habakakfj.com, and that's HABAKAKFJ.com. I'll be looking to hear from everyone, and I love you guys, and you know that.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. I want to thank the Peppermill Lounge. They are our sponsors, and they take care of us, and it's great to be back here. And of course, thank my producer Steve, and also my director for talent Lynn. And we're all back here. And we also have another producer, another Steve, he's working with his job. But it's amazing, and it's wonderful to be back. And just take care of yourselves and look out for others. We'll be back. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up, and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.